We here at Bobchat like to think we help shape our nation's youth, but unless you want your children to grow up like us, we suggest only listening with other inebriated adults.
Listen, I've been drinking, okay?
Bob!
Bob! Bob!
Bob!
Bobby!
Bob!
It's Bobchat Baby.
And we're just sitting here cranking a few beers, hacking a couple darts, and shooting the shit, you know?
I'm high.
I got fucking crazy. I'm gonna talk about crazy.
You want to get crazy? Instrumental intro. Give me. Alrighty, and welcome to another episode of Bobchat, or Seinfeld, apparently. Okay. I'm your host, Bino Barbarino, and I'm here today with two pioneers of Bobchat. We've got Griffin, a.k.a. G-Baby, a.k.a. Griff Grapp. It's Griffin. What's up, buddy?
How you doing? I'm doing great.
Okay, and great intro. And then our other guest today is the man, the myth, the legend. He is a string. He is a bean. He is Stringbean.
Well, thanks for that intro there, Bob. Griffin, you fucking killed yours. You nailed that. You're like, I'm here. What's up?
What's up?
You don't need to tell me, I know.
So what's been going on? This is great, man. We finally got a chance to do another podcast.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Loving it. Finally out of the house.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you guys haven't been going crazy.
Well, crazy's relative, right? Like,
See, but you know what the best thing about this whole pandemic is that whenever I get asked to do something that I don't want to do,
it's like, oh, sorry.
it's a pandemic.
I can't do it.
What do you want me to do?
It is the trump card excuse.
Yeah, pretty much. But then at the same time, there's a bunch of shit you can't do. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what's Shermie was asking us earlier. He said, "Could you spend $1 billion in a week?" And I feel like it would be way easier to do that after the pandemic.
No, I can still do it.
During the pandemic?
Oh, fuck yeah.
How would you spend $1 billion in a week?
Buy like 9 or 10 cottages, a boat for each one, a boat to take with me everywhere, and then a float plane. And I got to be at about $700,000 right there, conservative estimate. Like probably more, not 700 million. Sorry, not 700,000. So then we'll, I don't know, buy some fucking gold.
Gold? Yeah, buy it all. Yeah, gold bullion. Griffin, how about you? What would you do? How would you spend $1 billion in a week?
I like Stringbean's approach. It's pretty solid. Yeah, I think I'd take like half of it. You know, make sure I'm set up. I like the gold idea, gold and silver. Get some bullion. You know, so you got some,
yeah, but you gotta buy like hard gold. You can't buy stocks.
Yeah. No SLV. Yeah. Like the real.
Like just gold. Like get solid gold. Everything in your
solid
house.
Gold, like a solid gold fucking boat. Fucking
a solid
gold prop on every fucking boat. Gold
right?
Door handles every room of every cottage.
Yeah, gold toilet seats.
Yeah, gold gate that has a gold guard box and
gold
there's a guy
rolling
with
papers.
a gold AK-47 guarding the gate because you have enough money that you can tell Trudeau to shove his C-21.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that because that could be a big debate for sure.
There's no debate. All three of us are on the same
I know
side.
it's not a debate. I know. I'm just, you know what I mean? We could talk about that for hours. We could talk about how bullshit the gun laws are, but in Canada.
So,
but we'll let's not do that.
Okay.
I'd take my $500 million. Right, make sure I'm set for
it's
life.
$1 billion. It's $1 billion.
No. So
you have to spend it.
You have to.
Wait. Oh, so you got to buy something with? Yeah, okay.
You have
so
to
that's
spend it.
There's where the gold and the silver comes. That's your future money. Maybe buy a nice like island somewhere. I've always wanted a cabin on an island. Wait. Let me finish. And then I'd take the other $500 million and I'd start up something like. Like the Nobel Prize,
Yeah.
where they put all the money into a fund and then it appreciates over time.
Yeah.
And then so it's basically there's always going to be money there, and I'd put it towards like a cause I really believed in.
Wow. Way to find.
So pretty sure you're breaking the parameters of the rules.
I was gonna say,
are you really spending it then if you're leaving the money and letting
way to find the hypothetical loophole.
That's why you gotta buy it. You can't go to your stockbroker and I want $1 billion worth of gold shares.
Listen, when this is all over, was a really fun thing to say like a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
but
it's starting to sound like when the Leafs won the Stanley Cup.
Pretty much. It's never going to be over. Okay, you know what? I don't know if I could spend $1 billion in a week. It'd be crazy. Like,
I have no doubt in my mind I could do it.
I know.
Walk into Bass Pro, like, this is mine.
I'm buying the entire store.
Yeah.
Like was it Shaq? he spent like the most money
Yeah.
ever at a Walmart.
Yeah. I think it was Shaq.
What?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
do you? What did he buy?
Wasn't he buying shit for like a kid's charity or something
Oh,
like
yeah, I
that? And he
think
went
that's-
and he bought all the toys, all the
No.
kids' clothes, everything.
Was that check? Because I thought he was just buying stuff to furnish his
I mean,
house.
we could just look it up.
There was a YouTuber that
Yeah,
like went
tech
in and
guy,
bought,
tech
he bought
guy.
Yeah, where's
everything
Tech
in
Guy?
the store.
Fucking bounced out to Nova Scotia. Fuck. Peasant.
Yeah, it's like, you ever seen that YouTuber, Mr. Beast? And he's like, was a gamer, but he made
No.
a ton of money. And what he does is he just makes viral videos where he just gives away money in like wild ways, like buys an
I've seen-
entire
I've
Walmart
seen-
inventory.
I've seen Mr. Beast. Yeah, he's crazy. Where's he get all the money? You think like he?
YouTube money.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but he would have had to have like that first initial capital. To
I think he was a video game
Trust
streamer.
fund kid.
trust fund baby.
I think he's a video game streamer.
Yeah,
I'm
which
pretty
is
sure.
probably a trust fund. How the fuck do you have enough time to be a video game streamer if you're not a trust fund
Yeah.
kid? Let's be real.
Yeah, trust me, I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna go pro. It's like, okay, maybe get a job.
I easily could have gone fucking pro Call of Duty if I didn't have to go to work and school.
Okay, sure you could have.
No, in my mind. If I could have sat 12 hours a day playing Call of Duty, I got to be at like, I don't know, 400th prestige by now on Black Ops 2.
They call me Strinja, right? Ninja.
Yeah, I get it. It was funny.
Okay. I hope the internet gets it.
They won't.
Anyways, so yeah, so now Griffin, you said you had came with some things that we could talk about, and what was this ancient aliens that you were talking about? Let's get let's get into that because I saw a thing. I saw the thing yesterday about how the Pentagon is like declassifying even more information.
Which is, have you fucking looked into that shit?
No, but I want to.
They have
I want to
literally
talk about it right
They
now.
have literally been saying, like, they've literally said that, like,
They're here. They're here.
like,
Aliens are here.
Roswell crash. We got bodies. We've been studying the craft. Like, there's been crashes all over the place. We've
Well,
been
now-
studying it.
now, hold
Here's
on
a
a
bunch
second.
of gun camera footage of our fighter planes chasing it and trying
Now-
to catch
U.S.
it.
Navy released footage.
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
Pakistan.
but now Griffin,
Pakistan, Iran.
you came on a previous episode and you had said that your explanation of Area 51, Roswell, New Mexico, was that it was stealth technology, that the U.S. government was developing stealth technology planes, and they crashed one, but they didn't want people to know because of the Russians that they were developing the
Yeah.
stealth tech. So
Yeah.
they said, you know what, it's easier to let them believe it was aliens.
Yeah, so that is another theory that's out there.
So now, do you think that with this, I'm sure Shireen would say, inconclusive evidence that the Pentagon has released, does that now eliminate that possible theory?
I guess you could.
We're asking the tough questions.
So what if it
See,
is aliens and they took the technology and they reverse engineered it to make the stealth tech?
That's what I'm getting. That's what I was about to get.
what?
Like,
Combine 'em.
I doubt we hopped in an alien plane and we're like, oh, let's fight
We know
this.
how to ride that. We know how to drive
Like,
this.
we're not Will Smith in Independence Day, dude. Nobody can do that. It doesn't make any goddamn sense when you think about it. But
If I had Jeff Goldblum waiting to smoke a fucking cigar with me, I could do anything.
yeah.
Okay, let's
True.
be let's be on. I could even spend $1 billion in a week. Boom, full circle. Thanks for coming to Bobchat. Hold on, Max. Max, nobody's there.
So if Bobchat viewers didn't know, Bob now
Grab
has
the
a new
paper
member of
while
the
you're down there,
family.
too.
Yeah, Bob now has a dog. His name is Max. He's
still
a
chiming.
he's a lab shepherd, and also I have twin babies on the way.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
I know, crazy. We can talk about that later, but let's get back to the. I want to know more about this. What the Pentagon released.
Right. So, like Griffin was saying, they found this alien shit and then they reverse engineered it, and we got stealth and like the THAAD anti-missile systems and
Okay.
shit like that, and a plastic. Believe it or not, there was no plastic
Oh.
on Earth before they found it at Area 51.
Oh, yeah,
Or-
'cause
but
plastic-
Not Area 51, but Roswell.
Because
when
technically,
that first
plastic
crash
wasn't
happened.
developed until like the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Let's see when. Somebody Google when plastic was first developed.
Plastic is just derived from petroleum, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I'm looking it up still, but I'm almost positive it was 1953.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever Tupperware came out.
Whenever Tupperware came out, okay, so you guys are saying that we only were able to even though plastic is made of shit that is found on Earth, okay, you're saying that it took an alien intelligence for us to be able to process materials we had here into what is now plastic.
Yes and no. Like we knew that
We discovered plastic.
We knew we could
because-
make it, but we didn't know we could do like high density shit. Like, we knew we could make plastic. Like, we knew there was stuff that we could make with petroleum that could, like, we could wrap stuff up with it, and we could use it to, like, patch wounds.
Good thing we figured it out. It's like, oh god, my sandwich tastes like diesel fuel.
But yeah, like the high density plastic, like bed liner stuff, like that.
Yeah,
that's all post the Roswell crash.
Okay, so what else was Griffin? Tell us what else was released.
Like as far as the like UFO documents and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Like so. What else? Okay. So, what other information can you provide me then?
So like for the longest time, the U.S. government's like policy on UFOs was just denial. Like it's just I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But recently, there's been documents that have been released like under the Freedom of Information Act that. Like where they're explicitly saying, like, yes, they're like our fighter pilots have encountered these objects, and they released video of it, and you can't. It's like from the cockpit of the fighter plane. You can't really tell what it is, but the fighter pilots are like, what the heck is that? Like, it's going so fast. Like, what's around it? What's going on here? And so the U.S. government changed their policy to actually say, like, if you see something,
you need to tell us.
Come forward, because before there was a stigma where you'd be like laughed at and like be
you're crazy. You're a crazy person.
Yeah. So
now, is there? Do you think that there's a certain amount of time when eventually they declassify almost a lot of stuff, or you know what I mean? Because it seems like over the years, like now this Freedom from Information Act, is there like a part of that says, okay, after X amount of years, whatever documents need to now be
but they can just reclassify it again, like they did with the Kennedy shit.
So they're
picking and choosing what they want to release, no matter, even if the Freedom of Information Act, they still decide what's.
So now, when
released.
did the Freedom of Information Act become like a law? I guess this is an American thing, correct?
Yeah, like we have a similar system where you can request. It's called something different, but ours. The problem with ours is
Canada. We're in Canada.
In Canada, people make requests, and sometimes they'll say, "Okay, we'll get it to you in like 20 years."
Really?
Right? It's very inefficient, and I think by design.
Oh, for sure. The less information that we have.
Well, there's no incentive for the government to do anything better.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh no, fuck you.
Not a business.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you tell? Yeah, except they want to know all the money I make, and they want me to pay taxes.
Yeah. And they carbon tax this dick while you're at it.
I was trying to set you up for that.
Going back to the ancient alien theory, like I think the problem is that there's these little kernels of interesting information with no explanation, and
but do you think that there's somebody somewhere has that explanation?
Well, and that's the thing. Maybe not, but if they wouldn't tell you, right? It could not be alien. If it isn't aliens, it's something else.
Interdimensional shit.
It could be anything. It could be just a stealth plane or technology or whatever. But people are always gonna wonder until there's more hard evidence. Right?
Okay, well then let me ask this question then. Let's say, what does the government gain from continuing the belief and the possibility that there are aliens? What do they gain from that? They gain nothing. Like what? Just to throw people off the scent of like
just
what's
just off
happening?
the top of my head right now. What I have a theory behind this, that I just thought up literally right now.
Okay, tell us.
The aliens. It's like Earth's like a farm for soldiers, right? And they started populating it about 50,000 years ago with monkey hybrids of themselves.
Is this the Anunnaki?
I don't know. Maybe the Asgard could be. Maybe the Nords. Never know. Anyway, but like I was saying, they use us. Their whole logic is they're going to wait till our population gets high enough or advanced enough that they can be like, okay, there's a huge interdimensional war going on. You guys are on our side. Here's some fancy laser guns. Let's go.
What? Really? That'd be cool.
I just made that up right now.
That sounds like an awesome plot too. I would watch that movie.
That'd be a great movie.
I'd totally watch that movie.
Have Russell Crowe in it?
Fuck yeah, maybe Thomas Cruise.
Yeah, I don't want Centertooth.
No, they're gonna definitely take out the.
Yeah, I swear to God, if Top Gun 2 sucks, I'm never watching anything with him in it ever again.
Yeah, I don't like him at all. I hate him.
I'm already out. I don't watch anything he makes.
Yeah. We could talk Scientology all day. They're bitches. I hate them.
And I honestly just...
They fuck people. They destroy people's lives.
Yeah, but they somehow have enough dirt on the U.S. Navy to get Tom Cruise shot off the fucking deck of a fucking Nimitz-class carrier in a goddamn Super Hornet. So that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, you got to think because, but money talks, man. But still, they got something on somebody. They're
right?
A lot of people.
Everybody.
Everybody got shit on him.
It's like that song, everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Okay, here's a question. Okay, because this kind of relates to that. Well, here, let me build some context. Because we were just talking about Tom Cruise, and he does his own stunts, okay? So he's is he the co-pilot in that jet? He's not the main pilot in that jet, is he?
What,
is he
in the one
flying?
he's flying?
Yeah.
No,
but still. Now
he'd be in the back seat.
you know but he does all his own stunts. I guarantee he's like, oh, teach me how to fly the jet. I could do it.
Yeah, I can see that.
100%. And they were like, yeah, you're Tom Cruise. You got enough dirt that you could fucking shut down the whole country. So
Okay, here's a good question. Okay, so you guys have seen The Matrix?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could learn one skill, like Matrix style, where it's like, what do you want to know? Clickety clickety clack on the keyboard, upload, boom. Now you know what you're doing.
That's a good question.
100%. So if you could pick one skill and you can learn it Matrix quick ass style, what would it be? It could be anything.
I've actually thought of that before. The last time
I figured you had. Yeah.
I'd pick a musical instrument. I'd pick a martial art.
But you get
something good.
you get you got a gun.
How
you don't
sick
need
would that be
martial
though? You're like you push a button and you're now like the best guitar player on earth. You know, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So what do you? Okay. So what's?
Have you not seen Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny? There was a kid in the crowd and he threw the pick.
No, he
and
flicked.
The kid picked that pick.
No,
up.
he flicked the pick and a kid caught it. A kid named Eddie. Eddie Van Halen. Okay, so Griffin, what do you get? So you get to learn any skill, like a snap, like that. You got it. You're a master of this. What would you pick?
Fuck.
Anybody. We'll just cut all this nonsense out.
Because like the first thing that popped into my head the last time I watched The Matrix was like musical instruments and martial arts. But I feel like there's got to be like it's like the 3 wishes from the genie.
Yeah.
Like you got to if you think about it strategically, there's got to be a pick that kind of enables acquiring more skills faster.
Of destiny. Okay, so yeah, what do you want to do? An instrument? You can go with an instrument. I don't care. It's your choice.
Fuck baseball. I'm gonna make a fuck ton of money in the big leagues.
Okay, Stringbean would choose to become a pro baseball player.
Like Babe Ruth meets a fielder.
Okay. All right. Okay, Stringbean's gonna go to the big show, the big leagues.
No, Sammy Sosa.
Big league chew, bud.
Fucking
I'm just gonna stick with music, but I'm gonna be the best saxophone player to ever walk this earth.
Or can I just do sports? Can I be the best at sports ever?
I feel like it's gotta be.
Can I be a modern
one.
Bo Jackson?
You gotta pick one.
No. Bo Jackson didn't pick one.
Tiger Woods.
But
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. I mean,
he downloaded 2 programs from The Matrix.
okay, so Sherman's gonna be a baseball player. Griffin's gonna be the best. Whenever you say saxophone, I just immediately think of "Careless Whisper" by George Michael.
Yes. Or Lisa Simpson's solo in the opening of The Simpsons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true. I do love The Simpsons.
Everybody loves The Simpsons.
Who doesn't love The Simpsons? Crazy.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, The Simpsons did it. So
I
what
have
are you
to
gonna
say, like the current Simpsons, like I stopped watching it. Like I'm not so into it anymore. It's just like the old school stuff is awesome. Like the first 25 seasons. But like I don't know, it's kind of dropped off for me lately.
Whereas Family Guy is just killing it lately. Like, have you seen the chicken fight against Trump?
Yeah.
Oh my fuck! That might be the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Okay, hold on. I got to think of what I would be, what I would want to do. I think I'd want to be like the best shot ever. Like for
dead shot.
Yeah,
there
like that. Oh,
That's
whatever.
a good one.
Yeah, right. So like, it's like, oh, how was hunting? I didn't miss a thing.
That's not hunting. That's killing, and there's no fun.
You know what that is? That's just like downloading an
It's not
aimbot.
fun. It's not fun if you're not good. That's whatever.
That's downloading an aimbot in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Hacker.
Okay, sue me. Okay, don't worry. Daddy Musk is gonna get us to Mars. None of this matters.
Whatever. I set my stats at 99 on fucking MLB 21.
Hey, Daddy Musk.
That's what
Daddy Musk is gonna pack us up and take us to Mars.
That's what the Wall Street bets guys are calling Elon Musk.
Okay, so now I did want to talk about that, and I'm glad we kind of segued into that. What? Because all this Reddit shit has been going on, and I'm sure everybody in the world knows about it.
No, it's like day 13 of quarantine. I made
yeah.
bread. Day 69 of quarantine. I miss my friends. Day 310 of quarantine. Wow, there appears to be a buffalo in charge of the U.S. Congress. Day 330 of quarantine. Well, the fucking Reddit's coordinated assault on Wall Street's going fantastic.
Okay, so Griffin, you give me a dumbed down explanation.
Oh, fuck. Well, I guess this is what they all say. We got to say this isn't stock advice. We're not financial advisors.
Yeah, we're
If you are gonna not take any stock advice from me, buying military hardware because that's about to just skyrocket.
Sherman's about to light a joint. He's definitely not a stock advisor.
I'm just saying, you go buy like 18 chairs of Lockheed Martin, that's just gonna fucking fly.
Okay, Griffin,
So,
give us a rundown.
Again, I'm no expert on the stock market, so this is what I've gleaned from
he
reading
is-
everything that's going on.
He's a certified investor. I direct all my monetary questions towards.
But like I was saying,
It's probably a bad idea.
Reading everything that's going on, Lockheed Martin's a pretty fucking safe investment.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tyler, give us a dumb down. Give us a quick rundown.
So basically, the big hedge fund shorted GameStop, and shorting it's like, I'm trying to think of an easy explanation. There's however many stocks in the company, and again, I'm probably butchering what the reality of it is, but like they gave out more stocks, like as for some reason they're allowed to basically like loan them.
They
to
loan
people.
them.
They
So-
loan them.
So they loan them, and then what they do is they sell them back when the stocks are lesser
So the idea
value.
is that they're so confident that the stock will decrease that they'll be able to buy them back at a lesser value. But what they did was they shorted more than 100% of the stocks that exist, which seems just insane that that's even allowed at all, right? And people on the internet figured that out.
And they said, "Fuck you, capitalism."
Fuck you, hedge funds, right? Because they're like, that's predatory behavior, and it's like a lot of people on the internet, they got a soft spot for GameStop, probably grew up buying video games there and stuff, and it's on real hard times because of the pandemic and everything. It's same thing with the AMC, the theaters in America.
Yeah,
that was another stock that was in a similar situation where it was being shorted and people were buying a lot of the
So
stock.
basically, fuck hedge funds. They're greedy bastards.
Yeah, pretty much. And the people were like, if we buy enough of the stock, it will go up, right? And then they're going to have to cover their shorts, causing the price of the stock to go to the moon. Where it gets really interesting is when it gets into the actual, like when people are really jumping on it and the hedge funds realize what's going on, they start manipulating the market, right? Because they're like, no, it's okay for us to do shit like this, but the average person, no.
That's crazy. So when do you think when's the revolution gonna start? Let's get her going, guys.
I'd say that this is really interesting because it exposes for the first time that something like this is possible and that average people can come together and have this kind of an impact.
It's amazing.
Ants. The movie fucking Ants.
That's what I was gonna say. Yes, exactly. The movie.
If those puny ants ever figure out they outnumber us 100 to 1, that our way of life is ours.
I think that's from Bug's Life, but yes,
whatever.
It's basically the same concept. But yeah, no, and that's
basically the same movie.
Pretty much.
They are the same. They're literally the same movie. One of the guys left Pixar and went to DreamWorks and made the other one.
Yeah.
It's literally exactly what happened.
Amazing. We're exposing all the secrets here.
I guess I should preface this too by saying my brother and I actually bought some GameStop and AMC.
Oh, good for you.
What?
Yeah, when we saw it all going down. So.
What? So after everybody cashed out.
No, we're in early enough for it to be not terrible for us. It's not like we bought a ton of it, so it's not like we're going to become wealthy off of this or anything. But
I don't have time for podcasts. I'm GameStop rich now.
Like,
I'm an investor now.
Some people are now. That's the funny thing. Like Deep Fucking Value. Do you know about Deep Fucking Value?
No.
So he's the guy that so they do this thing like D&D, like due diligence, right?
I thought the guy that blew it up was Country Cowboy Fuck 369 or something.
No, it was
Get at me on Reddit, bro.
It's deep Fucking Value. So it's this guy who like Wall Street Bets, like if you haven't been on there, it's like they have this culture of like they call themselves retards, right? It's like which
is not a nice word.
For them, it's like a joke, right? Like they're very politically incorrect, right? And they call the people that are good at like better than them at investing autists, and like they've got like a whole slang and all this stuff going on. Sorry, what was the question?
I don't know. You should have smoked the joint. Okay, let's move on. So pretty much, yeah. You guys bought your stock. That's great. And so now.
Oh, that's right. Deep Fucking Value. So this guy on Wall Street Bets like 6 months ago came out and did his due diligence where he's pointing this out, that GameStop was heavily shorted, and he basically said why he's taken a big position in GameStop.
And then he bought a bunch of stock, and they pushed the price up.
But no. So again, this was 6 months ago that he said that, and he was ridiculed. Like, people are just laughing at him, because again, that's what they do on this area. They just make fun of each other, right? That's a big joke to them, right? They call it loss porn. They post all of their like how much they've lost from their investments.
Oh no!
And so, anyways, he says all this, and then all of a sudden, when it started to happen for real, he became like the god of Wall Street bets. It's memes everywhere of like 300. They're so funny. So he's sort of like the messiah of the Wall Street bets, GameStop short,
amazing,
the whole thing.
Did you guys know that when a nuclear bomb goes off, there's a certain amount of radius where Superstore frozen pizzas will be cooked to perfection?
Holy fuck.
You ever thought about that?
I didn't.
No.
Dude, yeah.
There's a lot of factors in there, though. Like, what kind of... How far away is it from the... Well, oh, fuck. Holy shit.
There's got to be a certain radius.
Oh, yeah, but it's going to be different. It's not going to be a certain radius.
Well, like, maybe there's going to be one...
What if the freezer wall's thicker?
There's going to be one goddamn Loblaws or A&P or fucking Food Basic that falls perfect distance away, and it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, but perfect distance is going to be relative. Because how far did the blast wave go? The heat wave's getting only so far. Which way is the wind blowing? How thick's the wall? How far away? How far inside the building?
Yeah, like it's going to be also. It's in a building, right? It's inside of a building.
Like, a lot of buildings are surprisingly radiation proof. Like, you'd be like, not proof. Like, it's
gonna eat a lot of the radiation.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that the last time a nuclear bomb was dropped, we didn't have frozen
and they're
pizzas.
Also frozen.
I'm just saying it could happen.
I think we might have.
You're telling me there was frozen pizzas in 1945?
We're gonna fucking look it up.
I'm actually really curious when the first frozen pizza came out.
I guarantee it would have been like a 60s thing.
Well, this is the beauty of having infinite knowledge at my fucking fingers.
How long do you think they've had flash freezing technology? It hasn't been that long.
What the fuck do you mean? Go outside right fucking now and tell me it's not gonna flash freeze.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't have factories that were producing pizzas on pizzas on pizzas.
Too.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know?
Okay, look it up.
That's what I'm fucking doing. Fuck.
All right, welcome back to Bobchat, where we ask the tough questions.
Frozen food in general, I'm curious when that became mainstream. Because even like my grandma has told me stories about like going and cutting blocks of ice out of the river for their ice box.
Yeah, really?
And they got milk delivered by, like, my dad got milk delivered. No, my dad.
1950, told you.
Yeah, so that sounds about right after Roswell.
Boom.
Right after.
Whoa! Full circle, bitch.
Yeah.
But a lot of that too, you can equate to like the military advancement, the technological advancement after World War II.
No, we can chalk that up to World War II, because if it wasn't for war, we wouldn't have anywhere near the technology.
We're gonna call this.
That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, like that the military advancement that happened like as a result of World War II caused a huge increase in technology.
Yeah.
We're gonna call this episode Roswell's plastic frozen pizzas. Or something like that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's crazy. Anyways, so what else? Tell me what's new with you guys. What else has been going on? Streaming.
Literally nothing.
Nothing. Come on.
Nothing, Bob.
So the twins are coming. So that's gonna be crazy. I don't know how I'm ready. I'm ready, but I'm not ready. I find it weird. Like, I'll find
You're not scared shitless. You're an idiot.
No, I am scared. But it's what I'll do though is I'll be playing video games, or I'll be playing my Warhammers and watching Lord of the Rings like I was earlier today. And then it's I kind of suppress the idea that okay, the babies are coming, right? Like everything's gonna get real and hit the fan super quick. And then I'm like, yeah, I feel great. And then every once in a while, I'll be sitting there or at work or something. And I'm like, holy fuck. What am I going to do? I'm so scared. What am I going to do? Sherman, you're a father? Weigh in on this. How was one? This is two, man.
No, you're fucked.
Holy fuck.
What I thought you were going to say when you're saying, I'm playing video games or playing my Warhammer. I thought you were going to say I was thinking this is the last time I'll be doing this.
I hope not. What do you got for me? What do you guys got? So nothing is
I don't
new.
know. Why the fuck didn't fucking Black Widow get a funeral in Endgame? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, why didn't she?
Right?
There's a lot, yeah.
Tony gets two, arguably.
So like
That's fair.
she has a movie that they're waiting for theaters
The
to
movie,
reopen
yeah,
to release, but I think the movie's like a prequel. Like
It's
it's
a
in the
prequel. It's a
past.
prequel. Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
our origin story. But
Yeah, exactly.
do you think she's out of the MCU for sure? Like
Oh,
not
for
gonna
sure.
not gonna appear again in any other content?
only
unless
way
they start opening multiverses.
they only
But
so
they are though.
I know
with
that's
Wanda and Doctor Strange, the multiverse is coming.
or
Actually, that's-
Spider-Man Enter the Multiverse, where
That's
they're gonna
it.
have all 3 Spider-Mans.
Well, okay. There's a
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah.
You think Tobey Maguire's gonna come
yeah,
back?
it's confirmed. Tobey
He's signed
Maguire,
on. Well, what
Tobey-
else is-
the
'Cause
other
that's
than
the-
other
So
two.
let me ask
the
you a question.
vehicle-
What else is Tobey Maguire fucking doing now?
He sitting on his ass because he's just collecting all them Spider-Man royalties.
He's about to get double that shit.
It's like fucking, what's that kid's name from Cody Banks? Frankie Muniz.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somebody was like, hey, what the fuck's Frankie Muniz been doing lately? He's like fucking retired at 30 with 90 million in the bank. Good luck getting out of your mom's basement.
Yeah, really. Well, but you think a lot of those actors, like even when they've hit the pinnacle of their success, they just keep acting, right? Even when they won Oscars, they're billionaires or near 90. They have $90 million in the bank. It's not about that for them. It's like
they have a passion.
they have a
for it.
passion, right? They're thespians.
Yeah.
They want to get another Oscar. It's like it's like look at.
I can understand not wanting to be like a public figure,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Having somebody follow you around constantly
especially these days.
Yeah, taking my photo all the time.
and tweet the wrong thing, you end up fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do anything. You literally can't do anything. I'm
I
surprised.
honestly can't believe that
If more
celebrities
people-
even have social media accounts.
I have no idea why celebrities give their political opinions. Doesn't make any
Dude,
fucking
honestly,
sense.
honestly, if
Listen to what's his name? Fucking that British dude, comedian. Funny as fuck.
Richie Gervais.
Yeah, at the Oscars. He's like,
Yeah.
get up here, say your thank yous, and shut the fuck up and get off stage. Don't be telling people who to vote for. Just fucking.
Dude, honestly, if more people and more important people listen to Bobchat, we probably would get canceled too.
Yeah, well,
Just-
fuck them.
nobody cares.
I
No-
bet we can get Betty White on here.
Hello, is anyone out
Betty
there?
White, if you listen to this, please come on.
Is anybody out there listening? Hello, it's us. We're here at Bobchat. Oh fuck.
Going back to the Marvel stuff, I think that
Yeah.
like so. Have you guys
Yeah, that's right.
watched WandaVision?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
So I won't do any. Okay, so I'm
It's
sa-
so
I'm
hard
Just,
for- yeah.
I'm just saying that like they're like it ties into the whole way Marvel's going with multiverse and all of that, and it's a very interesting vehicle that they can use to introduce pretty much any character now that they've got certain properties back. For instance, like Fantastic Four, X-Men, right?
Yeah. So now, so you think they could
They
basically
could use it as a vehicle to introduce them, and it's
They
not
could
such
segue anybody back.
Well, because they got the multiverse, it's not like they got to do all these like long burn movies to like build them up and everything. It's, oh, here they are, and you'll just accept it.
Yeah, because
Which I'm all for it.
because there's a lot. Yeah, because you can use the multiverse as the explanation for everything. It's like, how did that happen? Multiverse.
think it-
What do you want? What do you
Here's
want?
the problem that Marvel opened themselves up to as soon as they did that first Avengers movie.
Why? What is it? Lay it on us.
Why don't you call anybody for your own shit that's going on later? Like in Iron Man 3, why the fuck doesn't Tony be like, hey, Cap, you want to come give me a hand?
They're
Yeah.
doing that now, though. Like, think about it. All the big ones that have come out recently have had other main characters in it. Like,
Yeah,
they got
like-
Thor Ragnarok's got the Hulk in it. They're going in that direction now more than ever. Doctor Strange movie's gonna
I
have
think
one.
what they need. I think what they need to do streaming is that before they totally engross themselves in this, we're Avenger team ideology, that they need to develop. They want to develop the characters.
Yeah, I think they did
Right?
it right. Like, I think they did it individual at first, had the big come together, and now
Yes.
there's more crossovers
Yes.
and stuff.
Yeah, they had to develop, and sure, and you know what? It might take Robert Downey Jr. 3 movies to develop his character. I don't think so.
Took him
He
one and
nailed
he
it
nailed
in
it.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Dude, first scene when they're in the Humvee and Iron Man, then he's like, "Can I get a photo?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Ah, of course you can."
Then
And he
puts
throws up
the peace
He's
sign.
like, "No gang signs, please." Yeah.
peace.
I love it.
With
I was
peace wrote of a job.
Woo!
I am
I
gonna
love
say
it.
though,
Yeah.
check out WandaVision.
Oh,
Check it
I'll
out.
watch it.
So no, the only thing
I saw the photo
I
of her in
got
that
Disney
devil.
Plus till the end of the month
Yeah.
when my subscription ends.
I
I,
got
uh,
one caveat though, like, because I watched it, the whole thing, but my brother, he watched like half of the first episode and shut it off, right?
I heard you
So
need a couple to get into
It
You gotta-
is slow, the
you
first
gotta
2 episodes,
yeah.
but you need those 2 episodes because it makes it way more crazy when shit really pops off.
Yeah, see those two boring episodes lube your entry into the craziness.
Yeah, I hate shows.
And I
like
saw
that.
the photo of her in that devil costume, so it's like I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I more like shows that are like, here's some
That's not
shit.
that's her original a uniform from the comics.
Yeah, she looks awesome. She looks super hot.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that just gets progressively crazier, more interesting. And I'm honestly, it starts introducing. This isn't a huge spoiler. It introduces some characters that you've seen in the movies, in this TV show.
Do you guys want to hear a good idea for another TV show?
Yeah.
But guess what kind of show it is? It's a reality game show.
Okay.
Hit us
Okay.
with it.
Okay. Boomers and millennials are asked to perform mundane tasks that they are stereotypically bad at. Okay? So we've got Taylor, okay, who has to change a flat tire and cook an omelet without a smartphone. And then we've got William, who has to set up his own Wi-Fi and create a LinkedIn account.
Oh, I'm in. I'm 100% in on that. That's an amazing idea. I can't believe that doesn't already exist.
I know. Okay, so now
why are we not funding that?
I don't know. All the money's going to Lockheed Martin.
Start a GoFundMe.
Okay, so here's another episode. We've got Rachel, and Rachel has to write a letter in cursive and mail it.
Just to post it.
She has to put a stamp on it and mail it. And then we've got Roger that needs to learn a TikTok dance. Or things like that.
My brother and I are working in media now. I'm gonna float him this idea.
Oh, you can't steal. That's a Bobchat. Actually, I stole it from a meme. So.
Okay.
Okay, it's fair. It's fair game. It's fair internet game.
We'll give you the credit.
Float the idea.
We'll give you the credit for ripping
that's
it off
how it
someone else.
works. Everything on the internet is fair game. Yes,
Pretty
100%.
much. Pretty much.
Okay, keep telling yourself that.
Hey, if you use less than 15 seconds, it's copyright free.
Streaming is not affiliated with the Bobchat podcast.
Okay,
That's an excellent idea. I'm all for it.
okay. I'm just gonna start firing off some crazy Bobchat questions for you guys. Okay, if you could morph into two animals, I can't even
Like Animorph style?
yeah,
Like at the same time.
hold on, I can't even say it.
We gotta let him get it out.
Okay, if you could morph two animals, so not you morphing into them, but if you could combine two animals to make a super animal, what
That
two?
just exists in nature.
Yeah, like a liger, like a lion and a
Okay.
tiger, but you can't pick a liger.
Can
So-
Could it be things that like? Because with a liger, it's like possible to create. Does it have to be something? That
They're bred for their ability in magic, Griffin.
But, like, can I say like a snake and a warthog?
Yeah,
Can it be
anything.
Okay.
But it has to. You're trying to develop a super animal. Okay, let's stop making plastic and try to talk to aliens. Let's work with what we.
Okay, let's do platypus and armadillo.
Ooh.
Why?
Aren't
Why the
platypuses
fuck not? Because a
venomous,
platypus is
too?
already like 9 animals.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
No,
And then,
that would be the weirdest looking thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
no,
Think
it
about
would look like a
It's a-
or a begonia.
I kind of want to
Except for it's got a
Photoshop that into
It's got a
existence.
duck bill. It's got a venomous claw. Fucking thing eats fish, apparently. I don't know.
What's the claws that are venomous?
Yeah, the claws are venomous, yeah.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, they got spikes on their claws.
Sounds like we're just making up Pokemon. This is a great way to make up new Pokemon. I bet you
Pokemon-
that's what they did.
Pokemon, they just did a snake, and they were like, it's Ekans. And it's snake backwards.
Oh, that's smart. What? My whole childhood's been a fucking lie. Oh, God.
Right.
Griffin, what about
All right.
you? You can morph two animals and make a super animal.
I'm gonna combine a wolverine and a honey badger.
Holy fuck. That would be unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be small but powerful.
Unstoppable.
It'd be like the most powerful. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm
pound
pretty
for
sure
pound
my
animal on
armadillo
Earth.
platypus can take it.
I don't know.
I don't know if it could take it.
Well,
but
because
it
it's
could-
just going to roll up
yeah,
with a
it
ball
could
and
take
stick his
abuse.
spines out, right?
Dude, you know I'm going to
And
do
then
it.
just get him with the claw
No,
real
just
quick.
stick them out. Just have little openings
I
through
want to
their
do an
armor.
elephant alligator. Elephant alligator. Because it's fucking huge and then it's tough. I know elephant skin is already tough, but now it's amphibious. It's a fully amphibious.
Well, elephants are already basically amphibious.
what would it
Yeah,
look
but
like?
they don't.
Snorkel.
They don't swim.
They walk on the bottom and stick
Would,
their trunk in.
would it be
Well,
like
and
an
I think-
elephant with like scales?
Pretty
Like,
much, yeah. That's what I
Would it
was.
still have a trunk? Would it have a big like?
It would be now more
What
or
about
less.
the teeth?
the
What about
teeth-
tusks?
It would be.
Ears? Does it have all that shit still?
I don't fucking know. I thought I was just getting crazy here. I don't know. You got. I'm high. What do you-
I got fucking crazy. I'm gonna talk about crazy.
You wanna
Chinchilla
get crazy?
Fucking platypus and a goddamn armadillo.
a chinchilla. Hey, okay. You just want a lifetime supply of the last thing you bought. What do you got?
Cigarettes. Perfect.
Awesome. Griffin.
I'm trying to remember the last time I bought something. Like,
Oh, look at me.
Oh, look at me! I don't have to spend money because I have stock in Red and
like a
Gamestop.
product. Because like really,
whatever.
only like the last 2 months, the only time I've left the house is to go to the grocery store. Pretty much.
What's the last thing you spent money on?
I bought a webcam on Amazon for the
You
mic.
have a lifetime supply of webcams. Congratulations!
Oh man, I'm just gonna sell them at like half price to like OnlyFans people.
I went to Shoppers on the way home to get some unscented soap. So
That's fun.
yeah, cool. Hey, who wants a soap carving for Christmas? It's homemade. It's the effort that counts.
Why unscented, Bob?
Because I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow for the first time legally back at a tattoo shop. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
What are you getting?
I'm gonna get the rest of my half sleeve done. I gotta get done before the baby scum. So I'm getting a Canadian goose as well as a deer, and then a bunch of maple leaves and some background shading and whatnot. I'm getting your name, Griffin. Tramp stamp, Griffin.
Awesome.
G baby.
I know we talked about that, but it's finally happening.
Yeah, you know it, bro. It's 2021. Hey, my GameStop stocks are going up, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Jeremy looks like a Sith Lord right now.
Have you heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis No Eyes?
Okay, if you could replace all the grass in the world with something else, what would it be?
That's a terrible idea.
Anything.
It's a fucking horrible idea. Do you have any idea how dependent on the planet grass is?
Beef jerky.
European people.
The fuck are cows gonna eat? The fuck are deer gonna eat?
They can eat the beef jerky.
Like,
That's literally that is exactly how mad cow disease happened.
Are you talking about wild natural grass or like the manicured grass that people
Like,
have
let's
in their
say
lawns?
lawn, like lawns.
So
That's
lawn-
fucking
'cause-
retarded. We should let yards go wild.
Yeah, so that's the big thing
Yeah.
is like I talked to a lot of European people when I was in New Zealand, and they think we're nuts with our manicured lawns. That's just not a thing there.
Yeah.
They
So
think we're silly.
what do they do there?
You know where else manicured lawns are a thing? Fucking Africa.
You know where else or not? The moon.
Yeah.
Mars. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Mars, Elon Musk has a fucking plan. He's gonna get 1 million people living on Mars.
Daddy Musk.
By 2050 is his plan.
Holy sweet Jesus.
He would have to start yesterday sending people in order to pull that off. 'Cause you
Okay.
can only send people when Mars is close enough because its orbit is every like 2 years it lines up where it's close enough for the orbits are lined up and you can get there.
So what are the European people?
Okay, go back to that.
What are I want to hear the end of that. What do the European people do?
They just leave it natural, or they like plant flowers or whatever. It's like they have like clover and that. Like it's not a big deal if you have dandelions or something. You know, it's just whatever.
Yeah, and here it's like people spend their entire lives trying to have a nice lawn.
Yeah. So I found that really interesting. I learned a lot of like perspectives where I never thought about it, and I was like, "Wait, yeah, that is kind of weird that we do that."
It is weird. It is weird. So yeah, now we wouldn't even be able to have lawns on Mars. What can grow there? Just potatoes?
You could have lawns on Mars if you wanted
Eventually,
to.
you just gotta send some like algae shit that can survive with like no
even in the
atmosphere
dome.
for a little bit.
Like picture this: you build a dome. You build like they could make a replica of like an Earth-based like neighborhood that looked exactly the same, and you had grass and all that. Like it's possible.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think that's a good idea. It doesn't make sense for like
moving
using
to the
the
suburbs
resources.
on Mars.
No,
like,
what they should do
effectively.
is like right now, just pack a fucking rocket with like 95 different kinds of bacteria that can survive in like super low oxygen environments and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
and just see what takes.
And see what
it takes. And then you can send some like fucking algae or some shit like that, or some planktons or something like that, and start getting some more oxygen, which will in turn produce water, which will get water flowing around into stagnant water. Then you can start getting some life going on. Then you can get an atmosphere forming that actually holds some shit. Then you don't even have to fucking bother with the dome. Like you can put a dome up for just the first like 100 people that get there or whatever, but by 30, however many years.
I think it's like hundreds to thousands of years though.
Yeah,
the time frame there.
Yeah. That's if nature's running its course, right? With human interference, we can genetically modify shit.
I think that's with like I've read a couple things like where they're making projections and stuff about like terraforming and that. And again, it's all theoretical.
But that would be cool though. Like, but would you want to go? Like, if they said,
I was gonna ask that. Yeah.
If they said, "Are you okay?" But you know, it's a one-way trip. You're not coming back. You want to go?
Only to Mars? No. If it was like some one-way ticket to like deep space,
A different galaxy or
fuck
something.
yeah, like you're on ice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like if there's actually like a plausible case for there
like
being
Alpha
another.
Centauri.
Yeah,
like a planet that's like
Yes,
ready to go.
yes.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
this planet is the closest we have found to Earth, and
Yeah.
then we have enough gas to get to this one if that one is not.
Yeah, exactly. and then it's like a recolonization mission or something where it's like, okay, we're gonna take supply.
And you're on ice for like 4,000 years.
But it would be way better if you knew you were already going to like a pre-established.
But you know what's gonna happen.
civilization.
You know what's gonna happen, right? So like that's like with like what level technology we're at today, right? So like we can't get to the speed of light.
This is the pinnacle of our technology, is what you're saying?
So like we can't get to the speed of light, right? So like you launch your shit and then you're in your stasis pods and you're fucking going, and it's gonna be like, all right, we're gonna be there in like 1,000 years and we're gonna be the first humans in this galaxy and it's gonna be great. And the rocket's like and somebody comes running up like, wait! It's like, what? We just invented hyperdrives.
I saw a movie where that was sort of the plot, like where they had sent a generation. So that's actually something kind of interesting. Is like say it's not possible for us to like go through a wormhole or have like go faster than the speed of light. Some of the theories on how we could travel to Alpha Centauri or something like that are the cryogenic freezing or a generational ship where you actually have.
So what is Alpha Centauri? Is that
the nearest star system that we reasonably believe can support another planet because it has other planets that are within the Goldilocks zone.
Yes, okay. So how far? Yeah, but when we say the closest, it's obviously very
300 years. I think it would take to get there
at sublight. If you could go light speed, it would take you. I think at the speed of light, it was 100 and something years.
And then if you go at sublight speed, it would take 300 years. Yeah. That's crazy. So now, do you think that we'll ever develop the technology to be able to get to the speed of light?
We've already put particles. So
humans have accelerated something.
In a lab at MIT, they've accelerated particles at the speed of light.
Did you hear about that?
What about a whole spaceship?
But did you hear about that weasel that got hit by a fucking particle at the Hadron Collider there?
No.
Yeah, like fucking.
What?
Yeah, it was like 2003 or something. Like I don't know if I've looked that up. But there was a fucking weasel got hit by a particle at the Hadron Collider, and everybody's like, "That's why everything's so fucked. We're in an alternate universe. So that goddamn weasel fucking hit the goddamn particle."
God. Okay,
remember the micro black holes? Everyone was like, it's going to cause micro black hole, which it does, but it potentially could, but it was never like a threat. The media was making it out like it might open a black hole that's going to suck the Earth into it.
No, whatever. Yeah. Why is that? So now is that how black holes are developed because of particles going at the speed of light?
Weasel shuts down world's most powerful particle collider.
Isn't a black hole like a dead star? Correct.
Sort of. So it's like not because when
it implodes. So there's
different classes of stars, and like they have different like densities, right? Because if this is always visualized as like imagine like a flat sheet in a 3D space.
Yes.
You have a planet sitting on that sheet. It sinks into the sheet a little bit. You have a star way bigger, way more massive. It sinks in a lot more. And the idea is that the star in some situations can go like supernova and then collapse in on itself,
and
right?
Implode on
but
itself.
That doesn't always happen. Like sometimes they'll form like a neutron star, I think it's called. But if that does happen, it forms a black hole. Then it basically like collapses in on itself and it causes like a hole in space time.
Yeah, which is crazy. So they were genuinely concerned that by having this, what is it called again?
The Hadron Collider.
By having the Hadron Collider, that's gonna cause a black hole right here on Earth.
So it does. Yeah. I can't remember if they actually observed it, but it's
instantaneous.
Exactly. It's got to be like
they're
that.
They're like microscopic.
Yeah, so it's one particle, right? Like it's a single atom.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, oh no, it's gonna suck us all in.
Yeah.
It's for science.
But back to that weasel, right? So you ready for
this? The weasel somehow got hit.
Yeah, it didn't actually get hit. It ate through a wire and died. But that happened on April 29th, 2016. What happened May 28th, 2016?
Let us know.
Yeah, tell us.
It's when they shot Harambe.
Oh my God. Every bad thing that's ever happened to us is, first of all, it was, we can trace it all the way back to Harambe. You know, Don Cherry getting fired. You know, this thing always ends with Harambe. Now you're saying that we can extend that.
We can track it back further. Harambe wasn't the catalyst.
Now what are we going to call this? Yeah, are we going to call this the cataclysmic timeline of doom and inevitability?
Well, that's what I'm getting at, right? So
the catalyst for everything that bad has ever happened to us since 2016.
When that weasel ate through the Hadron Collider cable and they had to shut it down, they couldn't do the fucking test they were planning on doing that night. So therefore, it opened a parallel dimension where they actually did do it. And then in that universe, Harambe is still alive and Trump was never president and everything's all hunky fucking dory. And
it is crazy because like over the last 5 years, it has kind of seemed
just
like
snowballed.
It's just like exponentially increasing.
Yeah, it gotten worse.
At like an unprecedented rate in every single respect. And
everywhere.
It's so weird because these insane like
biblical
never before
plagues of fucking locusts.
And it's like I'm not even
fires.
surprised anymore. It's crazy. Like if just that thing had happened 5 years ago, it would be all anybody talked about. Now it's just like a blip in the.
Dude. Remember at the start of quarantine?
Yeah, we're literally in a worldwide pandemic right now.
But you remember that at the start of Tiger King when fucking goddamn Tiger King came out and everybody was like,
so exotic.
"Oh my god, this is the wildest shit ever." Now you're like, holy fuck, somebody just covered their head in Gorilla Glue. I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, oh my god. That's you gotta think that some people do these really dumb things for attention. You hope it's for attention that they're not that stupid. Come on.
I saw an interview with that lady because she like so apparently she was getting like a lot of hate.
Well,
right? But
come on.
I know. It's
glue. It's
crazy.
like crazy glue.
Yeah, no one
but
in my life has told me to not put glue in my hair.
Yeah.
I've eaten it.
But that's white glue. That's not crazy glue.
I have
Let's
never
not get crazy.
Put glue in my. I just knew. I just knew to not put glue in my.
It's
hair.
like common sense. So you got to think she did it for attention.
So okay, so let me get to this because I seen the interview with her.
Okay.
And based on my observations, based on my it was like a 2 minute interview.
What are you doing that's so important?
So
painting Warhammer.
Solid.
My take on it, based on how she was speaking about it, is she fucked up hard, and she knows that, right? That she made it like a ridiculously stupid mistake. But I do not think she did it for attention because she is not having it. People are trying to give her money and stuff. She just donated it all. Like she's like what's her name? Beyonce, the person that makes her wigs, offered to like. Because she's gonna have to shave all her hair off, offered to give her a wig, and she's just like, no, I don't want anyone to think I did this for attention or anything. I just want this to be over. So, and she seemed fairly truthful to me, so that's my take on it.
Okay,
but yeah,
fair.
Ridiculously dumb thing to do. She's never doing that again.
Yeah, why would you do that?
And hopefully nobody else does either after hearing about it.
Now there's all these memes. It's
no,
people are gonna do it because of it.
I've seen fucking other TikToks of fucking people doing it. I didn't even know TikTok was a fucking thing.
Okay,
it's like the Tide Pod thing.
Yeah, why would you ever eat soap? You know it's soap.
But goes to the hospital. It's like my hair, it's glued down. It's like, what the fuck did you put Gorilla Glue in your hair for?
I know. Come on. Right? Wake up, people.
Like, fuck.
Oh my god. Try to be a real adult. You know what I mean? Like, just be an adult. It's not that hard.
I don't even think you have to be an adult for that one.
Honestly, I know a lot, and maybe you guys do this. I know a lot of real adults do like multiple loads of laundry all the time and like separate. Yeah, real adults. I think some real adults must do it somewhere.
Well, they oughta, but they're idiots.
And they separate the color. They separate the colors and the darks. Yeah, I don't. I throw them all in. I don't give a fuck. Nothing's bad has ever happened.
So it's okay. So
unless you buy like a brand new like pair of red socks and you got let me throw them in with my whites. Like
my solution to this is number one, I don't and never have owned any white clothing because I was at a party at your place once and first time I bought in a white shirt. I remember that. First time I ever worn it and maybe 2 hours and it was covered in strawberry daiquiri.
It wasn't even 2 hours.
And it was
Griffin. You walked in was like. I have strawberry daiquiri. Took a sip and some fell on your shirt. It was literally that.
It was when you bought that nice collared shirt and it had like I remember
nice, it was a nice shirt.
It was you look great on you.
Tied your whole outfit together.
But that's why I don't wear white stuff. I ruin it.
Yeah, no, because you were drunk and you literally spilled the daiquiri. Because you were all excited about something and you're like, yeah.
I was probably excited about my new shirt.
That was it.
Oh my god, new shirts and frozen pizzas.
My second trick is I don't own enough clothes that don't fit in one load of laundry.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're basically you're forced to do laundry once a week. Like sometimes I go 2 weeks.
I can go 2 weeks on one load.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
How
part
often
of
are you
it's-
changing your underwear?
I
though?
would,
Let's be honest.
I would say a big part of that is the pandemic situation. Like I don't need to do it as much. Normally about once a week,
Yeah.
I would do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Well, anyways, yeah, laundry's fun. I don't know. I'm gonna be doing a lot. I'm gonna be changing a lot of diapers soon, which I'm not excited about.
Liquid or Tide Pods, Bob?
Ooh, I enjoy the pods.
Oh, yeah, Tide
We're a
Pods all the way.
pod. We're a pod.
Pods.
Pods
Yeah.
all
We're a
the way.
pod house. Yeah, pod heads for sure. What's up?
You know what? Actually, we do use the liquid now that I think about it, but I use the pods for the dishwasher.
You know what I really like, and I really don't get me wrong. Like I will always enjoy smoking like actual marijuana, but liquid marijuana has been changing my life.
Game changer, eh?
It's a game changer.
Liquid
It's
marijuana.
a fucking game,
Like-
dude.
like-
you get
with the
distillate,
concentrates.
Concentrates. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like remember when my wisdom teeth were bugging me like fuck?
Yeah.
And it was bugging
Distillates.
me so fucking bad. So I just took the fucking syringe of distillate and I stuck it in the fucking crack hole
Like
in the fucking
orange
tooth, and I shot it in there.
Oh shit!
You put distillate.
It didn't hurt for 6 fucking months.
Oh my god.
My brother's getting his wisdom teeth out like next month. I should let him know about that.
Yeah, put some
No,
dis-
no. This
Use
is
it
before
like-
my wisdom teeth were out. This is like when I was up north and they were hurting me
they're
like
giving you
fucking
pain.
crazy. So I stuck the fucking thing right in there and just filled it.
I thought you were like
Fill in the socket like after you got them out.
No,
'cause you can't
I was
smoke.
filling the hole in the tooth.
So when you got them taken out, you remember like how they tell you you'll get dry sockets,
Yeah.
right? If you
Yeah.
suck on it. So like I was real paranoid about that, but I wanted to smoke weed, right?
Yeah.
So I don't
You
know.
stoner.
I was like
No, the best was
18. No, I was probably like 16, but I was 18, let's say. And
It wasn't. It was so illegal back then. Either way, Griffin. So it doesn't matter.
I suppose, eh?
Incriminate yourself. It's fine.
Anyway.
It's legal now.
Anyway, yeah. So I
took a pipe and I put it in one nostril and I just hit the toke like that. Don't recommend it.
Why the fuck would you do that?
It's not. I mean, I didn't have access
Griffin,
to
don't
edibles.
put glue in your hair.
I didn't have
He didn't-
access to edibles.
he didn't want to get
and
dry
I was
sockets.
a dumb, desperate kid.
But liquid marijuana changed my life. I
Yeah,
fucking
when I
love
got
it.
mine out, I got 2 out on the one side the first time, right? And I was like, well, fuck, how am I gonna get high? So I fucking,
How am I gonna get high?
I got some infused apple cider powder,
Oh yeah.
and you get your water boiling, and you drop yours. It said to put 2 teaspoons in it. Now it's like,
dude.
we're gonna throw about 5 or 6 tablespoons.
I've
in
had like, the crystal light packs
had
of the
a-
THC. Fucking unreal.
I had that first glass of fucking tea the morning after getting my wisdom teeth out, and slept 50 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! When I got my wisdom teeth out, I just sat went to my grandma's house and she's made me Jello and soup for like a week. I watched Lord of the Rings probably 7 times.
Your grandma's such a sweetheart.
She is a sweetheart. Oh, she
worst-
my nan. She's my nan. And she just got I got an email the other day. I was like, "Who's this from?" And it's like a cool young nan at gmail.com. I was like, "That's my nan." Nobody email her, please. I
It'll
use
make
my
it much
smartphone
better.
a lot, but I've never seen a smartphone in my dream.
Right.
Right? Have you ever seen?
That's true. I'm trying to think now.
Have you ever I dream all the time, and I've never.
So I when I was younger, I did a lot of research into lucid dreaming. I've always been really
Dude,
interested.
did you ever hear
in
about the
lucid
sleep
dreaming.
diet?
No.
Oh my god, I'll tell you after.
So one of the things when you're trying to lucid dream is you need to pick some things that you focus on during your waking life.
yes.
So that you, for instance, like flicking light switches on or off, or putting a black X on your hand, right? And so it's when you're in the dream and you look at your hand because you're during the day you're doing that all the time. You'll do it in your dreams as well. And when you don't see the X, you know you're dreaming, and then that can open you up to lucid dreaming. But another
What?
interesting thing is another technique in order to wake yourself up in the dream is to look at a clock or look at text inside of the dream, because your brain will never actually display anything there. It'll be like a jumble of weird things. 'Cause-
Have you ever heard of the sleep diet?
No, okay, yeah. Tell us
Okay,
about the
so
sleep diet.
so basically the idea is that when you really the only time that your brain recharges during your sleep is when you enter REM cycle, correct? So basically, the idea of the sleep diet is that you would get yourself on a schedule where you set up so that you are up for 4 hours, sleep for 20 minutes, up for 4 hours, sleep for 20 minutes. If you just continue doing that cycle, no matter how tired you are, you'll get to a point that your brain is so tired that every time you take that nap, it'll automatically put you into REM sleep. So now you can have, you can sleep 40 minutes a day and it'll feel like 8 hours.
I think I have actually heard of this.
Isn't that a crazy idea?
This theory. It
Right?
sounds like
unbelievable.
but
But that's the thing, and it does sound unbelievable. But you have to be able to condition yourself. And honestly, this pandemic would have been the perfect time for people to try it, man.
give it a go.
No, that makes sense because back in the day, we used to sleep like 4 or 5 hours, and then you'd wake up and you'd tend the fire, and you'd be awake for an hour or two, then you'd go back to sleep for another 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So and that's the thing. Like, it would be tough at first. Like, sure, you wouldn't be able to fall first day. You're probably not going to be able to sleep during those 10 minutes.
Not the first few of them.
Not the first few, right? And you've got to have that will to get back up.
Fuck, waking up.
Exactly, but then you do that. I think they said, I believe when I was like doing research on it, it said that it takes like at least a week for you to trick your brain into automatically just hitting that REM sleep.
So there has to be someone who's tried this on
There's
YouTube.
There's videos, yeah. Oh, dude, I tried this years ago. And it's too tough. It's tough. Try living your life. Like at first, it's tough, but afterwards, if you were able to tap into that, I'm sure it would probably take a lot of time off of your life.
but if you're
but who cares? You're awake.
So in a 24-hour period, if you're awake for 4 hours and then you're sleeping for 10 minutes, how much total sleep would you be getting in that 24-hour
4,
period?
8, 12, 16, 20. So realistically, you're gonna sleep for 40, 50 minutes a day.
See, it just doesn't seem.
Well, that makes sense. Einstein only slept 30 hours a year or something like that, which is crazy.
30 hours a
I'd say
year?
it's more than that. I'm almost positive.
Oh my goodness.
Because I know a lot of super driven people will I watched that Elon Musk Joe Rogan interview, and he was saying he sleeps 5 hours a night, and
Probably already got the Neuralink technology.
but even that was
He's got
surprising to
Neuralink
me, though.
already?
It was no, they're developing it, right?
Yes. What is this? It's a podcast, Elon. And the humans, they enjoy listening? Yes, Elon.
I'll tell you something though, with their
Tough crowd
the
today.
rocket,
Sorry,
the
Bobchat
rocket
listeners,
testing,
fans.
I'm definitely not going to be first in line for the brain implant there.
What? Now, see, it was, we're not going to have the same conversation that Joe Rogan had with Elon Musk. But the Neuralink shit sounds pretty crazy. It does sound pretty crazy, man.
It's definitely interesting for certain applications.
Would you guys want to be cyborg? Cyborg me up.
Not
Cyborg
really.
me up, Elon.
No.
I don't want that Neuralink shit
But
either.
I think that I think that it does have a place though. For instance, say you got somebody who's paralyzed from the neck down, and you can give them the Neuralink, and now they can
walk
access
again.
the internet.
Yeah.
Well, not even necessarily that. That's something that's being worked on as well. But I'd seen years ago, there was a guy that had a device implanted into his brain, and he was paralyzed, and it allowed him to control a computer just with his mind.
Yeah,
he
that's
could
crazy.
type, he could move the cursor. So that guy who's going to be stuck in front of a screen most of the time anyway can now actually interact with people and be part of society.
Yeah, wow. Oh, it's crazy. There's a video of a guy that's fully paraplegic too, and he's playing Call of Duty with his mouth. He has a mouth controller.
Yeah, no, I'm all for that that technology that gives people the ability to participate that didn't have that ability before.
Oh, for sure. That's not what we need to worry about. We need to worry about when Skynet goes live and the machines take over and they start harvesting
I think
us.
when you're electing to have something implanted into you that's what would be the word
artificial intelligence.
Optional,
It's
an elective surgery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's elective for sure. Well, until they make it non-elective.
Or
but
when they got bionic arms that are so much better than real arms, people are chopping them off and getting the bionic ones.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I can see it getting there.
Yeah, we could get there. Technology. I mean, let's be honest.
Because
we're nowhere near the pinnacle of technology.
So that Einstein only slept a little bit of years ago. He slept 10 hours a day, but it stems from Da Vinci, who would have 20-minute power naps throughout the 24-hour cycle, so he would have almost 5 hours of sleep every 24 hours.
Boom.
So, but that's different than 50 minutes
diet.
total in a 24-hour period. He's getting a full night's sleep. He's just splitting it up.
Okay, well, yeah, but 5 hours is really not technically a full night's sleep. Okay, well, whatever. You could do 3 hour and then 20-minute increments, right? I mean, in a pandemic, does it matter what day it is? Who cares?
See, but like,
somebody try this. We're still in lockdown.
Would it not be a pain in the
really
ass though to be like, you got a timer on your phone and you're doing something, and then beep beep. Oh, I got to go to sleep for 20 minutes, and then you get up and then you go like.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't it make sense just to do it in one go? I
know, but the break-in period to have your body and mind adapt to it would definitely suck. But once you reach that state of euphoric,
I'm just not convinced
automatic
that that's
REM sleep,
obtainable.
Well, why don't you try it?
But don't you need the other like the theta and the delta as well as the REM? Like if you just had REM, aren't you missing out on something that sleep gives you? I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
We need a sleep scientist expert on the panel. You know, Western University has one of the best sleep science clinics in definitely in Canada, but maybe in like the whole world.
What?
They do all kinds of really crazy experiments.
Hey, Western Sleep Study Science Lab, at us at Bobchat.
We want to talk.
Yeah, please.
Questions?
Hell, I'll sign up to be in a trial.
Fuck yeah! Like, can we dude? We could write a book on the sleep diet. Yeah. I don't think it's been done. It's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? We just need to find people that have the determination and the patience and the willingness to put themselves through that kind of hell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck big time. It's gonna be tough. You probably won't even sleep the whole first day, but you almost have to, like I said, you just got to make your body want to do it.
Yeah.
I just had an interesting thought. So you know your question earlier when you were asking us what skill we would get from the Matrix computer.
Yeah.
So there's another theory about lucid dreaming because again I'm not sure if it was the Western University study, but anyway there was a study done where they proved that they used a video game as an example. You play the video game during the day, right, and say you're having trouble beating a level or something. And then you go to sleep, and you basically you'll have dreams about it, and you'll replay it in your head.
And then you'll be able to beat it.
And you'll be better the next day. And they've measured that it's an appreciable difference, right?
What?
So there's people
that's crazy.
that think like that if you get good enough at lucid dreaming, right, you can basically double the amount of time you're like practicing something. Right?
Wow.
Like say you're learning the piano, and you're practicing piano all day, and then you dream about playing the piano all night. You're going to be better at the piano than you were at the end of the day before you went to sleep.
Well, because it's like imprinting it like further in your subconscious almost, right? Like,
I don't know how well that would work though in the grand scheme of it. You ever tried to fucking throw a punch in a dream?
Yeah, but say you're like you're doing grappling all the time.
Like
you're taking jiu-jitsu classes, right?
Yeah,
maybe you're gonna play through those like combinations and like play through that sparring match you had, right?
I think it would definitely be more of like a left brain thing where it's like it's like sciences and music, and is that the left brain?
I don't know if it would really matter.
Because it just
I'm
seems
pretty sure they have actually no fucking idea how our brain works.
yeah, well, we only use 10% of it, so
no, that's complete bullshit.
Yeah,
no.
that's well, not people that put glue in their heads. Anyways, welcome back to Bobchat.
Shots fired.
Well, just say it's dumb. Anyways,
Think the modern Royal Air Force could win the Battle of Britain.
the modern Royal Air Force could win the Battle of Britain.
Yeah, they have. You're looking.
We do love World War II questions here at Bobchat.
Right, so the Luftwaffe at this point, you're looking about 3,000 aircraft split up between mostly Bf-109s or your fighters, Messerschmitt. There's also Bf-110s, the twin-engine ones. And then your bombers are your Heinkel HE-111s and your Ju-88s and your Stukas.
Here's my without any explanation. I mean, the 1941 British Royal Air Force was able to, or 43 was able to fucking beat the 40.
Yeah, with
2,000
planes.
Okay, so you think that does
the modern Royal Air Force has 21 F-35s currently and somewhere between 126 and 150 Eurofighters.
So is it
okay,
like modern Britain versus World War II Germany? Or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
I thought it was like modern Germany versus modern.
Well, that's not even a contest.
Yeah.
No, modern Britain versus World War II Germany, and like you think it's gonna be a fucking blow, but then you think about
does modern Germany have a better air force than Britain?
No. That's no.
So I think
They're not allowed.
No, they are now.
I think you're onto something because
You're gonna have because with the with the modern aircraft going back, you're not gonna have any spare parts for your planes, fucking
that's true. That's true.
It's like spare missiles and shit. You can't reverse engineer them fast enough to be using them for the battle that's still going on, right? So you only have your reserves that you brought back, which I'm gonna ballpark it for spare for like
would they lose all of their other planes that they had prior?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but what do you say they have F-15s?
No. Eurofighters and F-35s.
F-35s. I guarantee you that an F-35 can go faster than a Stuka or...
yeah, it can go 5 times.
ME-262.
That's not the issue. That's not the issue. The issue is ammunition.
Okay.
And if you want to get into it, in a turning fight, I'm betting you a Messerschmitt can turn inside of a fucking F-35 all day and get on at 6 and put some 30 millimeters on it.
Okay, yeah, that's a good debate. If any of the Bobchat fans out there...
But then too, you gotta think about,
I'm sure Tech Guy will have something to say about this.
The Royal Air Force, they're gonna have they have 172 combat planes if we count their trainers being their Hawks and their Texans. You can put those up to a limited amount of attack against other aircraft with the World War II technology. Like a Hawk is fine against all that, the jet trainer, right? So you can put your sidewinders and shit on that, or you can just use it for guns. And you just rely on you send your F-35s way up high over the channel, but you still have Britain's radar, right? So you still know where all the things coming from.
Yeah.
But then you also got to think about you can take the fight. You can actually take the fight to the Brit.
You can take it to them,
right? You use your F-35s,
long
range missiles like your Brimstone or whatever that other new one is that they just got. I can't remember what it's called, but. You can hang out over the channel, and those got like 80 to 150 kilometer. But I think one of the new ones has a 300 kilometer range on it, so you can fire that from the channel. You can just go right into German air, like French. You can go over France if you want to, because you're in an F-35, so you can just bomb in at like however fast they go, 1,500 give or take.
So I'm
slow down.
So who do you think?
Yeah.
See,
enough facts.
See, but that's
What's the bottom line here? What's the bottom line?
That's what I'm getting at, because like they go
make a choice. Gun to your head. You have to make a choice.
I think about it. I think about it because the RAF.
What?
I gotta think about it because because during the Battle of Britain, the one day, the Churchill was like, "How many reserves do we have?" And the Air Marshal was like, "None. All of our planes are in the air right now." Right. So if you end up in a situation like that where all your combat planes are in the air, including all your trainers and everything, and you have nobody left to come in and refuel, and like nobody's left to take off when those guys need to come in and refuel and get more ammo, right?
You're fucked.
You're losing your fuel supplies. You know what I mean? Like the Germans are still going to be able to do quite a bit of damage.
Okay, so streaming,
I could see it.
Bottom
going
line for you.
both ways.
I don't know.
I could see it going both ways.
What's your bottom line for you?
It can go either. It depends, right? Because like it depends.
Make a choice. You got to make a choice.
I can't fucking do it, Bob, because you're going to run into the issue where the fucking Royal Air Force is now back up. They're making Spitfires and Hurricanes again, and they don't have any pilots trained, but that won't take very long. They were giving them 2 weeks to train and then hop in the fucking cockpit and go die.
Oh, there's a question. Did the pilots of the planes come back?
It's the Royal Air Force, and the Royal Air Force of 2020 is like, so however many guys were in the Royal Air Force then, and the 34,000, however many in it now, just with their planes.
Okay, so who do you got, Griffin?
Well, I don't know, but here's what you also have to get into. You don't have to rely on the convoy system as much now because you have C-17, C-130s, A-400Ms. They all have range to get completely across the Atlantic, so you can fly across the Atlantic and get 17 tons of supplies now at the minimum, close to 30.
The other thing is that the modern Air Force would have known what happened, so they would know where strategic targets are. They would know,
and then you got to think about that.
They would know. What? So I'm going to give it to the British for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to the modern Royal Air Force as well.
But once you run out of AMRAMs and
they still got the info.
And your
does everybody else still? Does everybody else still have their
everybody else is World War II.
Yeah, so no, for
everybody
sure.
else is World War II.
Yeah. No, England, 100%. 100%. I'm throwing it down.
Yeah.
Okay. England, what up? What up with your boy?
I got a question for you, Stringbean.
Shoot.
What are your thoughts on that new hypersonic nuclear missile that China developed that makes the missile defense, the Star Wars system that the U.S. has, completely ineffective?
I'm much more concerned with that nuclear torpedo the Russians have.
Yeah, I heard about that as well.
It
we're
can sail
all fucked.
completely around the world 6 times and shut itself off and drop on the bottom to avoid sonar and shit like that, and then it can just sail into like New York.
It's
like
rough. Does
70 knots.
Does it really work though? Like it's like they actually go to well, I guess you don't want to take the risk.
They have a secret nuclear sub.
Well, like realistically, it's a death trap like everything else the Russians
Is it a
ever
sub
built.
or is it's just by itself? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a drone torpedo.
A drone torpedo.
Yeah. That can
Oh
shut
my
itself off. Like it'll be like you'll be your destroyer. Bing, bing, bing. It's like fuck.
Does it launch like into the air or is
Nope,
it just
underwater.
it's only in the water? So what would they shoot it at? Like what would they shoot it at?
It's New York Harbor.
Yeah,
Boston
something,
Harbor.
anything,
Chesapeake
whatever they
Bay.
want to blow up. Those
What's
bastards.
what are the effects of detonating a nuke underwater?
I still
if
think
you
it's pretty
watch
fairly
the
effective.
Bikini Atoll footage, they sent the Enterprise 500 feet in the fucking, not the Enterprise, the Saratoga 500 feet in the fucking air.
Was it in the water though?
Yeah.
The one there?
Yeah, it sent the ship up in the air.
The Prince Eugen, the cruiser that was with the Bismarck.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't
They
have
nuked
been
it
that
twice.
deep though. Because you see the mushroom cloud and everything in the footage.
Oh, dude, it's definitely gonna.
Like, I'm
well,
saying-
it depends how far down it,
Like
it
what if-
explodes too. right?
Actually, I'd seen a video once where somebody was explaining they're doing all this science. So I don't know how accurate it was. It's somebody on YouTube, so it could really be anything. But they were saying that if you took a nuclear weapon and you put it at the bottom of the Marianas Trench and you detonated it, that just that one nuke would like cause a cascade reaction that would destroy the planet.
Nah.
Well, because what it would cause like the platonic plates.
Something
or
like it
to-
would cause
to
some kind of a
shift
chain
and-
reaction.
Tectonic.
Yeah.
Cause the tectonic plates to shift.
That's what they were saying, yeah. And they're like, everybody's worried about people shooting a bunch of nukes at each other, but it could actually just.
Oh, I'm
one
way
single
more
nuke-
worried about the guy with one.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It's like if I could go back and tell the founding fathers to write anything in the Constitution, it would be ban nuclear weapons because holy fuck, did we miss a lot
And
of good
also,
wars.
make sure you put in high capacity magazines,
Barrel length, rate of fire,
And
all
belt.
becomes relevant.
Yeah, trust us. Okay, well, you know what, guys? I think I've had enough for today. How about you guys? What do you
Well,
guys?
I can talk forever. So.
I know
we,
you.
could just, we didn't even breach the surface of the ancient alien theory. We haven't
the-
talked about the megalithic
Like,
societies
we
or
could
anything.
do a full podcast about the RAF.
Okay, tell us
getting
about
replaced.
the what are the okay. Let's touch quickly back on the ancient aliens because I mentioned.
Well, that's another one of those things to me that kind
Megalothic
of
societies.
because like I don't believe anything that I don't have any evidence for, but there's these things
I do.
that
you gotta
are,
have faith.
yeah, there's these things that
I
are
don't physically
interesting
have
that-
any evidence of dinosaurs. I know they're real.
I guess
I have gas in my car.
What I'm saying is that there's these interesting timbits.
I have plastic.
What I'm saying is that there's these interesting timbits, and I'm
Timbits?
I'm
Yeah,
uh,
like-
I'm trepidatious about
Like how about at the same
filling
time?
the blanks in,
Like,
right?
Yes. Okay,
About
so
filling
what are
blanks
the
in.
blanks? What are the blanks?
Okay, how about around the same time, all around the world, everybody built pyramids?
Yeah, like that's one of them. Just the fact that it's been shown that mainstream archaeologists have been very wrong.
Like
right?
there's pyramids in China that are hidden
Like-
under that the Chinese buried in the 50s.
Up until what? Just a couple of years ago, it was like accepted knowledge that the first organized human society with like construction and buildings and stuff was like 5,000 years ago, right?
yeah.
That's demonstrably false now.
yeah.
Really? So
Yeah.
how old then?
So like the Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, I believe, is over 12,000 years old, and it's like
What?
a megalithic
And
society.
then how
And
old?
so- and
how
no-
old is the ancient pyramids? 5,000.
So and that
about
it gets even
Seven?
it gets even crazier because the Sphinx on the Giza plateau, they used to think that the wear on it was erosion from
Yes.
the wind, but it's actually from water. They found that it's from water, and that it
What?
works out.
It used
that
to be submerged.
it pushes the timeline of the Sphinx back to 10,000 years ago.
Well, yeah, because they,
around the time of the Great Flood and Noah.
wow, and that's in the same part of the world.
That everywhere in the world, all the religions all talk about a Great Flood.
Well, see now, and now, but so now are they carbon dating like the stone from the Sphinx itself, or are they just they're off the?
So
off the,
carbon dating it, I don't know
Can they
necessarily
carbon date
because
stone?
They can, but again, that just says how old the stone is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't help you figure out when it was
that's
built.
true. So then, how are they telling from the water erosion that's how
so
old it is?
I can't remember exactly
But
what it
they
was,
were
but
able to tell.
there you can see on the Sphinx like these patterns of wear, and the primary theory until recently was that it was the wind just hitting it over
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
but they've somehow confirmed that it was in fact was from water.
That's crazy.
Okay, so but think about it like this. This is my point, right?
Yes, I'm very interested. I love
this. It's like this, right? So there's the established, paradigm, right?
Yes.
And then like this, we pushed back the start of organized human civilization 6,000 years or more, just like that.
Wow.
Right?
That quickly.
So that makes you think, like, what else haven't we found? What other and there's a lot of these megalithic structures that go back that old. There's engineering there that we can't replicate now.
Yeah.
Right?
So how yeah.
And it doesn't mean necessarily aliens. Like that's one of the theories.
Yes, it does.
But there's something there. There's something there.
That's
right?
unexplainable. Yeah.
100%.
That's crazy. So you're saying that so they basically okay, so you have the Egyptians, you have the Aztecs, you have the Mayans. Well, you're saying all these civilizations generally built their pyramids around the same time frame.
Yeah, they're in Thailand, they're in China. The ones in China they buried in the 50s.
And they're all around the same time.
Most of them also are aligned with certain constellations. And you got to keep in mind, Bob, these are cultures that had no communication.
That being said, they found mummies with
I
cocaine in the nostrils in Egypt, so riddle me that.
That's crazy. What?
Another example of something that's super interesting is, you ever heard of the Baghdad battery?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, for the longest time, we just accepted that, of course, the ancient peoples didn't have electricity and they didn't have these things, but we've proven that to some extent they had electricity 10,000 years ago.
So explain the Baghdad battery.
So it's basically just, remember in like elementary school when you make those really simple, like a potato battery or like like, so it's more complicated than that. It's like
they had the ability to harness electricity.
They would take like a mildly acidic fluid like vinegar or like wine or something like that, and they would put it in a terracotta pot, and then they had, I think it would be copper. They would have like a tube inside of it, and then they'd have another metal, I think steel, or no, they wouldn't have been able to do steel, and they had two different kinds of metal. Anyway, it was this ultra basic like lead acid battery, basically, like ultra simplifying it.
What do you think they would use it for?
So there's a lot of theories.
To communicate?
Nobody really knows. So actually, I saw an episode of Mythbusters once where they did that myth and they successfully built it, right? But their theory, like, again, this is just what they were figuring, is that they used it.
Once again, I'm not a financial advisor.
I'm always. I don't want to say anything that's wrong, right? But
no, it's okay.
This is just what off the top of my head. But I remember they put their hands on like an idol, right?
Yeah.
And they were basically speculating that they would use it to kind of induce a religious experience in people, like, because when you lick a 9-volt battery, you feel tingly.
Yeah, so
it's like that. But that's just one of many possible answers.
Yeah,
right?
but that seems to be fairly plausible.
It's like
doing like an electroshock therapy.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
You're like, whoa, my God, like this is so crazy.
But at the same time, it's like it could be for anything.
You're right.
That's the Mythbusters theory on it, right?
Well, what I was gonna say is like, the general consensus is like you were saying, those civilizations are like 12,000 years old and shit like that. And then they say around like, it's like 15,000 years ago that the humans came over the Bering Bridge from Siberia into Alaska and
North America. Yeah.
Well, I was watching this thing, and there was a paleontologist, and there were some construction workers expanding a freeway. And they found all these huge bones, and like they're like, okay, well, these aren't human bones. Just call a paleontologist. There's no point getting the police involved here, right? Yeah. So they call the paleontologist.
We don't want those cops around here.
So they call this paleontologist.
This is our fossil fuel.
And he comes out, right? And he's looking at it, and he's like, oh, wicked, this is a mastodon. Like that's awesome. Like you don't see too many of them around. And he starts looking at it, and he's like, well, like, why do these brakes look so much different than these brakes? And then he realized that the brakes that he was like, why they're so much different. And he's like, well, these ones are from where the excavator hit it when they were digging. So that makes sense. But these ones, they look older. So, like, what's going on with that? And he took them and he started looking at them, and they were hit with rocks and shit like that and broken open. So he's like, you can see the difference from where it's old. And he's like, this is virgin rock. Like, nobody's been here since this thing fell. And this thing fell 200,000 years ago.
Wow.
So either this thing fell and then a rock slide fell on top of it and spread all of its bones and took a bunch of them away. Or humans were in North America 200,000 years ago, brought down a mastodon, migrated to Asia and Africa because some shit happened in North America, and then finally worked our way back around the whole fucking planet. But in that timeline, we're looking long enough that it can. You could have a whole civilization develop. You could have a whole civilization develop to the fucking point we're at now, and then I don't know, maybe some fucking dumbass decides he's gonna launch a bunch of fucking nukes,
Just
and there's
an
only
extinction
15
level event.
Exactly.
Exactly. Wow.
Exactly. And then you end up with 2 people, and then they fuck, and then everybody fucks, and then you got Bible
Bada
stories
boom,
about
bada bang.
shit.
We're back where we started.
It's a fucking circle,
And the
man.
Sphinx
The
was
whole-
submerged.
And that's the thing, because after 50,000 years, there's not going to be a fucking trace of civilization left. Like there won't be any skyscrapers, anything like that. The pyramids will still fucking be there. We'll be like, oh cool, fucking the old people built
You would
this.
think there would be something though, like they would at least have like
It'll all go
metallurgy
back to Earth.
technology.
It'll all go back to Earth.
Because that's one of the interesting things about these megalithic structures is that it's accepted by the archaeological community that they didn't have metallurgic technology. They didn't have metal tools, right?
Yeah, so
And
they had stone
stuff,
tools.
But the stuff that's there, it's actually impossible to do.
It's alien lasers.
Or
like you can't get a fucking piece of paper between these rocks. You're telling me they chiseled
'cause
that?
I think the other thing too is they could potentially be an advanced civilization, but nothing like us. They don't have like what
maybe
we
they're
think
really
of
good.
as high tech, right? We always think of the future people and aliens and shit as having like extensions of our own current technology, but they could have been on some other level. Like there's
That's
theories
something
about
we're not
people
even aware of.
like being able to levitate stuff and all kind. Like that's one of the theories for Stonehenge is that the Druids could levitate the rocks. That's how they're able to do it. Because think about it, man. Like those, you think, oh, it's just some rocks stacked on top of each other, but they're like tons. They weigh tons.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they had
fuck
no tools, no machinery. How did they do it, right?
Levers and wheels.
Yeah, that's
probably-
the main.
They were
main
probably smoking
thing.
DMT. I mean,
But like for instance, like
the mummies were doing cocaine.
I really laugh though. People are like, it's like, well, there's no rocks like that in the area. Well, because they fucking put them all in the pile.
aliens are real.
Duh. You
Duh.
didn't look at space. Here's something to ponder.
Yeah, aliens are real.
Here's
guys.
something to ponder, Bobchat listeners. If you look up at space, there's 2 possibilities. Either we're alone, or we're not. And those are both equally terrifying.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a really good statement.
Yeah.
Well,
Make sure you listen to this episode where we talk conspiracy theories, frozen pizzas, and cataclysmic events. So,
Time travel.
yeah.
Time travel!
Yeah. Sorry, Griffin. Say what you were gonna say.
Oh, I forget. It's okay. We got to do a straight conspiracy podcast.
Yeah,
or
we'll
something.
We'll bring that back next time. Yeah, thanks again. If you guys like what we do here at Bobchat, you know where to find us.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to do more of these modern militaries go back in time. Like, do you want to talk about a battalion of Marines going against the Persian army at Thermopylae?
Yeah, that'd be actually pretty cool. We can do that for sure. We can. I do want to do
And
more.
Zack Snyder's Persian army too, not the real one. I want like
How about this one? They send 300 modern special forces back, replace the Spartans.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe next episode, and we'll talk more about conspiracy theories too. I like when we start talking about that stuff. It's fun to think about, even if you don't believe in it. It's fun to talk about it. But yeah, follow us on Facebook at Bobchat Podcast, Instagram at Bobchat Podcast. We're on YouTube as well at Bobchat Podcast, Bobchat Podcast Network.
Hashtag more string bean content.
Yeah, we got lots of videos. We got a lot of cool shit on the way, already out. Yeah, and thank you guys for coming over here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, bub.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Do you guys want to for sure do this conspiracy thing? I think it would be dope.
Yeah, I can
I'm
talk
in.
forever, dude.
Okay.
We gotta have next time. I wanna actually do a bit of research prior. So I got some like hard facts like down.
I wish I didn't forget my sheet downstairs that has all the stuff about the Royal Air Force.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you're going off the top of your head. You're going all over the place and stuff. It's nice to have some stuff written down.
Don't worry about it. Daddy Musk is gonna get us all to Mars. It's Bobchat, baby. Peace.
It's Bobchat.
Oh, you thought it was over?
It's never over. Nothing is over.
Never. Sildor. Smoke brisket, not meth.